Hello everyone, I'm D. Sumaya and this is my project on principles of artificial intelligence. The assignment is going to be Wumpus World AI game. It is going to be guided by Miss Sukanya N. In this video, we are going to be discussing about the first is going to be Introduction to Wumpus World. What is the Wumpus World game and what it is and how it is used in AI development. Then we are going to be discussing the rules of the game. Then we are going to be talking about AI strategies for Wumpus World, exploration and exploitation in the game, handling the Wumpus, how we handle the Wumpus, dealing with bits and gold, that is the obstacles and the achievements in the game, and then we are going to be ending the video with the conclusion. Introduction to Wumpus World. First is going to be the objectives. Let us learn what are the objectives of the Wumpus World AI game. The objective of the Wumpus World game is to navigate through a cave and find the gold while avoiding hazards and defeating the Wumpus. Gameplay. The game is played on a grid-based cave where each cell can contain hazards such as pits or the Wumpus or helpful items such as gold or arrows. The player can move one cell at a time in 4 directions: up, down, left or right. The player also shoot an arrow in one of the 4 directions to defeat the Wumpus. The game ends when the player either finds the gold and escapes the cave or gets killed by the Wumpus or falls into a pit. Now coming into the rules of the game, how the game works and the rules by which it is played. If the player enters a cell with a pit, they fall into the pit and lose the game. If the player enters the cell with the Wumpus, they get killed and lose the game. If the player runs out of arrows and encounters the Wumpus, they get killed and lose the game. If the player finds the gold and escapes the cave, they win the game. Discussing the rules of the game, we are going to be seeing the actions, the descriptions and the consequences of what is going to happen. First is going to be moving forward. Advances the player one square in the direction they are currently facing. If the new square contains a pit or the Wumpus, the player dies and the game ends. Turn left. Rotates the player 90 degrees counterclockwise. No immediate consequences, but the player's new direction will affect the subsequent moves. Turn right. Rotates the player 90 degrees clockwise. No immediate consequences, but the player's new direction will affect subsequent moves. Shoot arrow. Fires an arrow in straight line in the direction the player is facing. If the arrow hits the Wumpus, the player wins. If the arrow hits a wall, it ricochets and the player loses the arrow. Grab treasure. Collect the treasure if the player is on the same square. If the player has this treasure when they exit the cave, they win. Otherwise, the game continues. Exiting the cave leaves the cave and ends the game. If the player has left the game or won, they can exit, and if they do not collect the gold, they lose. AI strategies for Wumpus World. Exploration techniques. Random exploration. The agent randomly selects action to explore the environment. This strategy is simple but not efficient. Breadth first search. The agent systematically explores all possible paths in a breadth first manner. The strategy ensures that all reachable squares are explored but may be time consuming. In depth first search, the agent explores a path until it reaches a dead end, then backtracks and explores another path. This strategy is more efficient than breadth first search but may not explore the entire environment. Exploitation techniques. Greedy approach. The agent always chooses the action that maximizes immediate reward. The strategy focuses on immediate gains but may lead to suboptimal long-term outcomes. A star strategy. The agent uses informed search algorithms to find the optimal path to the goal square. This strategy considers both the cost to reach the goal and the estimated cost to reach the goal from the current square. Reinforcement learning. The agent learns from its interactions with the environment to optimize its actions over time. This strategy allows the agent to adapt and improve its performance through trial and error. Exploration and exploitation. In Wumpus, the world, exploration and exploitation are two key strategies that AI agents must balance to maximize the chances of success. Exploration. Exploration involves venturing into unknown areas of the game world to gather information and discover new resources. By exploring, AI agents can uncover hidden dangers such as pets or the Wumpus, as well as valuable rewards such as gold. It allows agents to gain a better understanding of the environment and make informed decisions based on the available information. However, exploration comes with its risks, as agents may encounter dangerous situations or waste valuable resources in the process. Exploitation. Exploitation, on the other hand, involves making optimal decisions based on the current knowledge and exploiting known resources to maximize the rewards. Once AI agent has gathered enough information about the game world, they can use that knowledge to navigate safely, collect gold, and avoid potential dangers. Exploitation focuses on making most efficient use of limited resources and then maximizing the chances of achieving the game's objectives. Contradiction, continuation, sorry. Balancing exploration and exploitation. Balancing exploration and exploitation is crucial for AI agents in the Wumpus world game. Too much exploration can lead to wasted resources, unnecessary risk, while too much exploitation can result in missed opportunities and failures to adapt to the changing condition. AI agents need to dynamically adjust their strategies based on the available information in the current state of the game. They should explore initially to gather information and then shift towards exploitation once they have sufficient knowledge to make informed decisions. By finding the right balance between exploration and exploitation, AI agents can increase the chances of successfully navigating the Wumpus world and achieving their objectives. Handling the Wumpus. Avoiding the Wumpus. Listening for sound. Wumpus makes unique sounds when it moves. This is information to determine its location to avoid going in that direction. User use the breeze. Wumpus is always near a pit, so if you feel a breeze in a room, it is best to avoid it. Take a note of stench. Wumpus emits a foul smell. If you smell a stench in a room, it's a sign that the Wumpus is nearby. Be cautious and avoid that room. Potential risks. Accidental encounter. Despite your best efforts, you may still stumble upon the Wumpus. In such cases, it's important to have a plan to deal with it. Limited ammunition. You have a limited number of arrows to kill the Wumpus. Make sure you use them wisely to aim a direct hit. Other hazards. While focusing on the Wumpus, do not forget about other dangers like pits and super bats. Stay alert and be prepared for unexpected challenges. Now coming on to dealing with the pits and goals. Avoiding pits. Use of perception of breeze to identify nearby pits. If a breeze is nearby, pit is nearby. Simple. If breeze is sensed in adjacent cell, it indicates the presence of a pit. Avoid moving into cells with the breeze to prevent falling into pits. Collecting gold. Use perception of glitter to locate nearby gold. If glitter is sensed in a current cell, it indicates presence of gold. Move into the cell with glitter to collect the gold. Then balancing the risk and reward. Consider the risk of falling into a pit versus the reward of collecting gold. Prioritize avoiding pits to ensure survival. Collect gold only when it can be done safely. Remember, the primary goal is to exit the Wumpus world alive, not to collect all the gold. Coming on to the last part of this video, it's going to be the conclusion. We're going to be recapping the key points. That is, Wumpus World AI game is a challenge and strategic game that simulates underground cave exploration. The game involves avoiding hazards, finding gold, and ultimately escaping the cave. Various AI strategies can be employed to navigate the cave and make optimal decisions. Potential future developments. Future enhancements can be made to the algorithm and game mechanics. Multi-agent versions of the game can be explored, introducing competition and collaboration between the players and AI. Integration with virtual reality technology can enhance the immersive experience of the game. Thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe the video.